What is going on, everyone? Welcome to a new episode of ADT Adventures. So today I'm going to do something that I haven't done anything like before. I talked about in my last video. I've started building some guitars, and today I'm going to kind of do a comparison on how my guitars really hold up to other ones that I've bought. So to get started, we're going to talk about my first prototype I built. It's not the prettiest. I had some issues with making it, and definitely found out some things I'm going to be doing differently for my next set of guitars. But this is something that I kind of named the Persephone, based on Greek mythology. I'm studying to become a historian, so it's always something I really like to talk about. But basically, simple aspect of this is a inline 6 headstock. The body is technically a double cut. It is about 1.5 inches thick. It's made out of plywood. That's pretty much what I had laying around to try to build these guitars for the first time. So I didn't want to go out and buy expensive hardwoods for the first ones that I started building. This guitar has 2 humbuckers. There's nothing special with them. I bought these on Amazon. I don't remember the brand name. I know that they were made in China, though. It has a Gibson style wiring harness, having the 2 tones, which the 2 tones are actually here and here. I didn't do that, but it has 2 tones, 2 volumes, and it has a fixed bridge or a hardtail bridge. It depends on where you buy them. They'll call them different things, but this is more of like a Fender style bridge. The guitar neck I didn't build myself. This is something I bought online. It does have the guitar neck does kind of complicate things a little bit. The guitar neck, first off, I don't know if you can tell by this, it kind of looks like my camera is a little bit crooked, but the guitar neck is actually crooked on here. I messed up while routing out this hole, and then I didn't draw my center line the right way. So in order to keep everything straight, the guitar neck needed to go on slightly slanted. However, the people that manufacture this guitar neck, it's a warped neck, or I believe that's what you'd call it. It's kind of angled at the bottom here. So when I got it set up, I needed to have the action raised up quite a bit. So that's going to affect, obviously, some of the sounds that come out of the guitar. But other than that, I mean, it plays pretty well. I've never really had any issues. I do like the sound. These pickups, although they are cheap, definitely put out, pretty good sound and pretty good tone. So now the guitar I'm going to compare it to is probably the only thing I have that's comparable to it, just based off of the pickups alone. And yeah, I mean, because this is such a combination of different things. The body style is not really based off of anything. It's kind of based off of a guitar that my stepfather had from the 80s. It was some cheap guitar. I don't know where he got it, but it's not like a big name brand. It's some offshoot where they kind of did something a little bit different. But I took that basic shape, and then I kind of modified it a little bit and turned it into something that I liked. Now with my guitars, the one thing going forward that I do plan on doing, I have this paint job. The paint did not come out perfect on this. I had some issues with the paint as well. As you can tell, there's definitely some of the red that comes through the black stripes, stuff like that. Plywood is not the best to build these guitars out of. If you want to do it right, it involves a lot of grain filling. But the other issue I had was doing the clear coat. This is the first time I've ever done clear coat on anything, and I followed someone's advice online, and it did not come out right. So if you do go into building anything like guitars or any other DIY stuff, I definitely recommend to watch a few videos on stuff before you just go ahead and do it. There's some people out there that really don't know what they're doing, and although it might work for them, it's not going to work for everybody. They might have gotten lucky, but it messed up some of the spots on this guitar that went right through the clear coat. The back here, it's still really cloudy. I'm going to try to get some compound and polish it a little bit better, but you can see it went right down to the primer here, which can happen on these edges, but definitely kind of disappointing when you've put all this work into the guitar. But I've talked enough about this. The guitar that I'm comparing it to, like I said, is probably my most comparable guitar to it, and that's just based on the pickups alone. This is just a string cleaner here. And I know these guitars probably should have been cleaned before doing this, but right now I'm not keeping these two guitars in their cases, and I have pets, so they're going to get dust and hair and stuff on them. So, but this is my 2015 Epiphone Les Paul. It's a Custom Pro. So it does have the two humbuckers, and it has that typical Gibson set where you have two tones, two volumes. However, this guitar does have push-pull pots, so I can split the coils for each pickup, and then this is an out of phase. So I can definitely change up the tone quite a bit. This guitar differs because it is a 3x3 headstock instead of an inline 6. But other than that, I mean, this is a guitar I've had for years. I bought this brand new 2015, and I've played it a lot. This guitar has probably the most playing out of almost any of my guitars, minus maybe my Fender, but it's an awesome playing guitar, and it has an amazing tone, in my mind anyways. But, yeah, so what we're going to do going forward with this video is I'm going to now, in the editing and stuff, I'm going to put on kind of like a slideshow of building this guitar, my prototype, and in the meantime I'm going to play some audio comparing the two different guitars. And I'm not going to name which one's which. I'm instead going to put it to where it'll be Guitar 1 and Guitar 2, and I won't tell you which one is Guitar 1 or 2 until the end. So here we go, and as you're watching this, before the video ends, if you want to kind of go down and put which guitar you think is Guitar 1 or Guitar 2, do that and see, you know, if you're right in the end. So, yeah, so we'll be right back. Alright guys, so as you can tell there is a bit of a difference, and I'm not sure what you can actually base the difference off of. Whether it could be stuff from the warped neck, with the action being way higher than the other guitar, or if it is the pickups completely. It could also be the wiring. You know, you might notice that there's hum. There's quite a bit of hum in one of the guitars. At least I believe that popped up in the video. I've done different audio recordings of these, but one guitar hums more than the other, and that's because the wiring on the Persephone is definitely not completely where it needs to be. It might have a grounding issue, but other than that, I mean, they're not perfectly close, but there's enough of a similarity between the two guitars to where it's not something that you could turn around and say, well, this guitar has completely different sound. It's something that no one would ever want to hear. My personal opinion, playing these guitars, obviously the manufactured Epiphone Les Paul is going to definitely be, it's going to definitely have a lot more sound to it. It's just because of the quality of the gear that's used into it. You're talking about a guitar that when I bought it was $800 compared to a guitar that has a $40-something neck, fretboard and headstock. That's all part of it. The tuners on it, I want to say were maybe $5 to $10, somewhere in that range. They were cheap Amazon tuners. The pickups were like $15 maybe. The bridge was like maybe 20, and then all the electronics were like, I want to say like $30 or so. So that's definitely going to have an impact on it. And if you do want to get into the tone wood debate, which I know is pretty big in the guitar community, this is made out of plywood, and I believe that body is made out of mahogany. Hey guys, for whatever reason, the end of the video got clipped off, so just to kind of wrap everything up here, the guitar 1, the first guitar that played in each and every one of those tracks, is the Persephone, my homemade guitar. Guitar 2, the second guitar that plays in each and every one of those tracks, is the Les Paul Custom. So definitely let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you like this video, definitely give me the thumbs up. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.